This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about the fallout from Survivor Series. Of course, this is later that night, the Montreal screwjob. And famously, Mick decides not to show up to work the next 2 days. Of course, in this era, they would do one live Monday Night Raw and then tape the next week. Foley's not in either set of tapings. Did you talk to Foley about coming back to work, or was that a Vince call?
I knew that he wasn't going to be at TV. He told me. He was up front. He just didn't no show, not talk to anybody.
Right.
That makes for a better story for podcasting. Oh, he didn't come. He didn't show up. Very unfoley-like, blah, blah, blah. I knew that he wasn't going to be there. He told me that. He was very upset. He had, like a lot of guys, had a great respect for Bret Hart. Why wouldn't you? One of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. Loved his work. Never saw a bad Bret Hart match, ever. I never heard of Bret Hart hurting anybody. Consummate pro. So Mick was upset of how that went down. And he told me, he said, I got to go home. I got to sort this out. I don't know what that meant. Well, what's that mean, Mick? You got to sort it out. You got to decide if you're going to stay in the business. You got a big contract here. You're making a lot of money. But that shows you his decency, I guess. He was willing to perhaps even jeopardize his money and his status and his contract, et cetera, because of a somewhat soft protest over what occurred to Bret. So I got it. But it was not a deal where, I don't think there was ever a situation where we had regrets for Mick. Mick's sensitivities and his way he approached the world and his life, we love that trait. So why now penalize him for that same trait? So he goes home for a couple of days, misses a couple of Raws, and ironically, the world continued to revolve. Raw continued to air on Mondays, and Mick was better off that he got to go home and kind of sort things out, clean out of his head than if he had been coming to work. So, and I had no issues with it. I really did. I know I'm old school and hard nosed sometimes and cranky and all that shit, which is true. I'll fully admit. But I like doing things the right way, and I thought this was the right thing to do based on the human being that we hired. Let him go. And Vince had no issues with it whatsoever. And if Vince said if the others want to go, JR, there's no harm, no foul. If they want to go home and sort through this stuff or whatever, let them. We'll have TV with whomever's here. We can make that happen because Vince had the most powerful weapon in all of pro wrestling, the old eraser. Somebody goes up, somebody's out, they're not available, but somebody else in the game. And as we mentioned earlier, and you brought it up about the guys are making a lot of money, and this is an opportunity to step in and play on a flagship program because you were at work. So I just didn't. I thought it was a little bit much to do about nothing. Not the Bret thing, not the Bret screwjob, Montreal screwjob deal, but the aftermath of that. Didn't see it being a huge deal, quite frankly. Talents are showing their respect and their appreciation for Bret the Hitman Hart. And if anybody deserves that, certainly Bret does.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.